and welcome, Illumineers, to the Nerdstrom Household. My name is Nerdstrom, and I will be playing against myself. I've got a pretty exciting deck matchup planned for us today. Here at the Nerdstrom Household, we are going to be having the Blue Steel Redemption Tour is going to continue. Sapphire Steel did recently get a win off of Ruby Amethyst, the number 5 seed, to turn into the number 5 seed. And now it's got its sights set on Amber Steel Songs, a deck that is very near and dear to my heart as the player. I have been using Amber Steel Songs for the last 2 sets now. I've started to kind of fluctuate in and out of love with the deck. I kind of have a love-hate relationship nowadays, but it's still a top contender. And in the wake of Hiram and Fortisphere being banned, it is a pretty prominent deck these days, and I am definitely looking to see if Amber Steel Songs has still got what it takes to keep its number 2 seeding. A couple things that you'll notice first of all. I unfortunately forgot to bring my tablet home from a thing that I was doing earlier today, so I don't have a tablet. But I do have a boogie board, so I can go ahead and write down the score as I go. Hopefully, my chops are still tight on that. And but yeah, we will go ahead and start. I've already got these decks shuffled on here, and let's go ahead and see who starts first. All right, so. All right. Oh, shoot. I should actually say who's going to be going. So since the lower seed is here, the lower seed is going to get to figure out its placement first. And it's got coming in with an 8. And Amber Steel Songs now is going to go roll. And it also has an 8. So let's go ahead and see. Sapphire Steel. Let's go ahead and show these a little bit shaky. We also have an 8, just in a different form. And then Amber Steel Songs. Let's go ahead and see what this one gets. Let's go and re-roll that one. And well, if you saw what it had a second ago, it was actually a 7. So, so as a result, Blue Steel is going to go ahead and go first in that. So that does mean that I have to shuffle Amber Steel Songs first. So I will say this, out of the decks that I do own, these 2 decks are probably the spiciest decks I have in my repertoire. Because I wanted to go ahead and change some stuff up in order to get with the time, to kind of modernize, the decks I do have. I had to make some changes, but I also did have to make some sacrifices at the same time too. And what ended up happening was Steelsong kind of got a pretty decent amount of stuff taken out of it in order to make decks like Sapphire Steel viable. And as such, this particular deck does have a pretty decent amount of spice that's unconventional when it comes to a Steelsong deck build. Maybe it might work out for the best, sometimes it might not. In like play off camera, I've done a couple of experimentation. It's still pretty solid deck to kind of work with, but it does require a little bit more finagling than your average Steelsong deck. So yeah, all right, so there's 7. Let's go ahead and see what I got here. Okay. Nope. Let's do that. And nope. Let's go ahead and go with that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and send back 4. Oops. I very much approaching the curfew hours at my place, so just bear in mind if I don't talk too much or if I start kind of lowering my voice. So just bear that in mind as I am going. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and start the score at 0 for Amber Steel. Okay. Now, Sapphire Steel. I actually spent today doing a bit of experimentation against a number of different decks. I played an Amber Steel, Amethyst Steel deck. I also played a Blue Steel Mirror. And little thing about my history with set championships is the last two set championships that I participated in, including I've had a pretty big up and down time with Amber Steelsong. So there is a kind of level of personal attachment that I have with this particular match, especially. Set 5, I came off one last set championship, making a top 4 finish, and that'd be my first prize card, my first promo. In that process, I tried to stick with Steelsong, and then I tried to play the same deck, set 6, and with a couple of changes, and then all of a sudden that deck just went to hell, and it proved to be very unviable in my situation. And then when you start in, I actually went 0-3 in 2 separate set championships, and that's the reason why when set 7 came along, not only was it a not viable deck, but like in terms of the meta, but like I just felt like a sense of like this deck loses a lot, and I don't know, I can't win that. So like in practice, I've had very strong success with Amber Steel, and that's the reason why it's still in the number 2 seed. Now, however, Blue Steel, this is kind of an upstart deck that I kind of did in the waning days of set 6, started going to set 7. This one is a Kiwi Birds variant. If you guys are new to the channel, this is what it is. And I really started growing attached to it because it was something new, it was different, it was an exciting deck, and I tried something. It allowed me to kind of experiment and try something to kind of take ownership of the deck and try to make it something that I could feel very attached to. So that's why I have been really wanting to see, even post Hiram ban. I never really used Hiram. Did use Force Sphere in this deck to pop Bell off really well, but it was a big piece of the offense, but I still tried to do some things to kind of make this deck as viable as it possibly could. And so, yeah, this deck also has a pretty generous amount of spice. I mean, the fact that I'm using Sapphire Steel in today's meta is already spicy enough, but even more so, there's a couple of really cool innovations that I've done on this one that I'm really confident in. I played against a couple of people, and there's been a lot of props for it. So that's the reason why I really like this deck. This is the reason why there's a redemption arc that I have here at the Nerdstrom Household to make this a viable deck. And I'm really looking forward to see how far it takes it going into now and going into not just set championships, but also, of course, the Nerdstrom House Championship, which will happen near the end of set 7, the set 7 set championship season. So with that said, let me go ahead and see what we can do here. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send back 4. card. All right, so to my partner, my opponent, aka myself, I say good luck, have fun, and let's go ahead and start the shoe. So to start off, I'm gonna go ahead and ink a Lawrence, and I'm gonna spend 1 for Kit Cloud Kicker. The first of many bits of spice. I'm gonna go ahead and pass turn. I'm hoping that as I play this, I learned that Kit Cloud Kicker is actually a very viable option, especially against Steelsong. I'm gonna go ahead and draw for turn. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, so I am going to ink Miss Bianca, and I will spend 1 for Neverland. And I'll pass turn. Okay. Go ahead and draw for turn. I will go ahead and ink Happy. And I'll spend 2 for Mr. Smee. And I will quest for 1. And I'll pass turn. Okay. Let's go draw for turn. Okay. I'm going to ink a Pete, and I'm going to spend 1 and 1 for Cinderella and Cinderella. And I will gain 1 for Neverland. And I'll pass turn. Okay, I'm going to draw for turn. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to ink Kit Cloud Kicker, and I'm going to spend 3 to shift Kit Cloud Kicker. And then I will go ahead and quest for 5. Plus 5, which is 6. And I will pass turn and deal 1 damage to Mr. Smee. Okay. 1 for Neverland, 2. I will draw for turn. I'm going to ink Cinderella, and I'm going to spend 3 for Ariel, which allows me to look at the top 4 cards of my deck. Reveal a song card. That'll be World's Greatest Criminal Mind. And then I am going to have Cinderella sing Storm on Mr. Smee, and then draw a card. And then I will have Cinderella quest for 1 to 3, and I'll pass turn. Okay, I'll draw for turn. Oh, bro, gotta be kidding me. I'll go ahead and quest for 3 to 9. And then I'm going to spend 3 for... No, I'll spend... I'll spend 3 for Alice. And I will pass turn. Okay. Ready, set. Add 1 to 4 for Neverland. I will draw for turn. And then I am going to... So I will ink World's Greatest Criminal Minds. And I will spend 2 for Mr. Smee. And then I'll have Ariel sing Whole New World, which makes you discard Whole New World and Miss Bianca. And then on Blue Steel side, I have to ink a Calhoun and 2 Storms. So let's do theirs first. Yep. All right, and then mine. Man, it sucks. I can't do anything to that side. Right? Because I need to paint. You know what? I'll go ahead and spend 1 for Neverland. And I'll quest for 2 to 6. And I will pass turn. Draw for turn. Okay. I will. Let's see. I'm going to ink a Cogsworth. I'll spend 1 for Mickey, 1 for Robin Hood, and 2 for Calhoun. And what I'll do is I will quest for 2, adding Ward to Calhoun. Go ahead and add Ward to Calhoun. So she gets the additional lore, but obviously I just played it, so it doesn't work out. And then I'll quest for 3, so to +5 equals 14. For a second there, I forgot my math. And I'll go ahead and pass turn. Okay, so I'm gonna get here 2 for Neverland to 8. Ready, set, and draw. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and ink a. I'm gonna go ahead and ink. I'm still here. And then I am going to have Ariel sing Along Came Zeus on Robin Hood. And then I'll have I'll go ahead and hard cast Along Came Zeus on Nikki. And then I've got to do something to take that thing out. I'll go ahead and challenge Smee and Cinderella and tag team against Alice. So that should take that out. Each one takes 1. Oh, I don't like this. And then I will. If I do, I mean, I've got stuff on the board anyway, so Calhoun's gonna hit something. I might as well just quest. Alright, so +1 to 9, and then I will go ahead and pass turn. Okay, so ready, set, draw. Okay, and so what I will do is I am going to ink Mr. Smee, and then I am going to play Cogsworth. So this has got ward. It also gains resist for everything, so that's now a resist 2. I'll go ahead and challenge. Oh, Mr. Smee takes 2 damage. I'll go ahead and challenge Cinderella, right? Actually, no. I'm going to go ahead and challenge Ariel. Take that out because it doesn't take anything anyway. 2 minus 2, so it should be all good there. I will gain 2 lore from that. And then I will go ahead and quest for 3. 3 more to 19. And then I'll pass turn. Okay. It's not to say that I don't have anything on here because I do. +2, 11. Okay. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw for turn. Damn. It doesn't work. I am going to ink Rapunzel. I'm going to spend 1 for Neverland. I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 to hardcast Along Came Zeus on Calhoun. Right? Yeah, because they don't get ward. Deal 5. And that should be enough. And then I will go ahead and challenge. We will all tag team Cinderella and Smee. Both of these will go away. That takes that out. But there's still Cogsworth on the board. So I don't think I can do anything else. So yes, so blue steel takes the first game. And so that is a win for blue steel. Okay, sounds good. So let's see what comes of that in the next round. So so blue steel went first. It won the game, and so now Steelsong is going to be up first again. Can you guys see the thing on there? So yeah, if you want to see the final totals, this is what it looks like. So that is the setup. Apologies for the light. It's a final score of, well, +1. 2011. Just like that. Wait. There. There we go. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and see if the success of the deck continues in the next one. I, for one, would love to see Blue Steel 2-0. One thing that I did learn in my playthrough today is that it is very, very good on the play. the word is out on if it's really good on if it's good on the draw. I have a couple of things that can kind of keep the deck in the game, but I'm still not 100% sure if they are the best options long term. It's just trying to find like several different options and kind of keep the deck well rounded so I can take on many different kinds of decks. So yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do in that situation. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and try that. But yeah, Kit's the MVP, man. All I needed was the 2, and all I needed was the 1, that, and it was off to the races. So really glad that ended up working out. Yeah, I think the ward is just crazy against Steelsong. Like, it's damn near unstoppable. I wish there was more ward characters that not only that I had in the deck, but also like just in general. I kind of wish the blue steel had a whole bunch more of them. And yeah, if there was a deck if there was a color that would have it, it would be blue. Just remember that if in the event that blue steel does defeat Steelsong in this match, just know that the seeds are at stake, which means that if blue steel does beat Steelsong, it as a 5 seed will move up to number 2 seed, and all the other ones below it will go down in rank. So yes, so just keep that in mind. There is seeds at stake in this deck, in this game, and we might be able to see an upstart deck like this move up in the rankings. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'll go ahead and draw these ones first, since this is going to be second. Let's go ahead and draw 7. Just in case. Oh, no, I don't need that either. I'm going to select 5, right? Yeah, select 5. Now, on the other side of this one, having that situation where I started off with Neverland and then played the 2 Cinderellas, I think in other situations that would be a good play. I don't think it's just again, ward is really difficult to get around, and so it's one of those ones where I think I might need to change up the strat and see if in this game, and just see what I can do to kind of, at least if I can't out song you, I can at least like outmaneuver you in the same way. The only problem is there's not a whole lot of there's a lot less options in this one than there normally is in a standard Steelsong deck, so we'll see how that plays out as we go. But at the same time, though, if Calhoun is on the thing, I don't really have to worry about it as much in the beginning of the game. So, the word's still out on if that is worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? No, I'm gonna also send back 5 on this one too. It's not my best options on there. So back 5. Wait up, hang on. Okay. So let's go ahead and get things started for Amber Steelsong. Okay, to start, I am going to ink the Troubadour, and I'm going to play Mulan, which allows me to draw a card and then choose and discard a card. Let's go ahead and discard Strength of Raging Fire. And I will pass turn. Okay, so I'll draw for turn. Ooh. Okay. So I am going to ink Cloud Kicker, and I'll spend 1 for a Popsicle, which allows me to draw a card. I'm going to banish said card and play Bell, and I will pass turn. Bell is still viable, folks. All right, and I will draw for turn. And I am going to ink Mulan and spend 2 for Mr. Smee. I will go ahead and quest for 1 to 1, and I will pass turn. I will draw for turn. And I am going to ink Lawrence, and I will spend 1 and 1 for Robin Hood and Mickey. And I will go ahead and challenge. Nah. Let's get on the board first. 1 to 1. And actually, what am I doing? No, I'm good. I'll go past turn. Just remember that in the Nerdstrom household, we can revise plans so long as you can feasibly retrace your steps properly. I'm going to draw for turn. Oh, you're making these hard. Okay. I'm going to ink Miss Bianca. And I'll spend 3 for Ariel. Let's take a look at the top 4 cards. And I will... I'll select... I'll select I'm Still Here. And then I will go ahead and quest for 3 to 4. And I will pass turn, and then Mr. Smee is going to take 1 damage. Turn. So I will ink Kit Cloud Kicker. I'll go ahead and spend 3 for Robin Hood. I'll go ahead and cross check with Mulan, take 1 damage. I'll go ahead and hit Smee. Take 3, gain 2, 2 to 3, and I will plus for 1 to 4, and I will pass turn. Okay, I'll draw off turn. So I am going to, let's see. I'm going to ink, I'm still here. I will I'll hard cast no, I'll go ahead and spend 3 for Lawrence, and then I'm going to go ahead and have Ariel sing Along Came Zeus on Robin Hood to take that away. And then I will go ahead and pass turn. Okay, I'll draw for turn. I will ink Wendy Darling, and spend 3 for Alice. Actually, I'll spend 3 for that Alice instead. Great, I gave away my play to my opponent. I'm going to go ahead and check Ariel, take 2. Take 2, and then I will quest for 1 to 5, and I'll pass turn. Okay, I'll draw for turn. Okay, I'm gonna ink, I fight on my Platinum, and then I will spend 5 to hard cast Grab Your Sword. It should knock out both Mickey and Belle and knock 2 damage on Alice. And then I will quest for 2 to 6, and I'll pass turn. See what happens when the ward engine doesn't work. Draw for turn. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ink Robin Hood. I will spend 2 for Calhoun, 3 for Alice. I will go ahead and quest for 2 to 7. I'm gonna go ahead and add the 1 lore and ward to Calhoun, and I'll pass turn. Okay, let's draw for turn. I will go ahead and spend 3 for Pete. I will go ahead and challenge Alice. Take 1 damage. And that will bring it down to 0. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and pass turn. Actually, hang on. No, you know what? No, I shouldn't. I'll keep that there. You still get your 2 damage. And I will go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pass turn. But you have no action. I have no actions on this side here, so. Draw for turn. Okay. I will quest for 2, and I'll also quest for 2. I'm going to add 1 and 1 to Calhoun, giving it ward, double ward, and it'll combine, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 7 to 14. And I'll pass turn. Okay, I'll draw for turn. I'll go ahead and spend 3 for aerial. Oof, nothing. Damn. Okay. I will. I'll have Lawrence take out Calhoun, and it resists 3. But that, wait, -1. Yeah, should be good. I will take 2. Excuse me, 3 on this side. It's now 0. And then I'll go ahead and challenge this Alice, taking 1 in the process, and then we'll go ahead and pass turn. Hang on, give me a second. This is a intense match. Let's see. It's not over yet. I'm gonna draw for turn. I will go ahead and spend 3 for Lawrence, and I will quest for 2 to 16, and I'll give Lawrence ward as well. Oh my gosh, these cards keep getting in the way. And I will go ahead and pass turn. I will draw for turn. I will spend 3 for Lawrence, and then I will I'll have Ariel and Pete take out Alice. This one goes to 2. This takes 1. I'll quest for 2 to 8, and I will pass turn. So that Alice goes away. Okay. Draw for turn. Okay, I'll run with that. Why not? I'll go ahead and spend 5 for Cogsworth, Scott Ward, and I will go ahead and quest for 2 to 18. It's got -1, and I'll pass turn. Okay, let's see. I'll draw for turn. I am going to spend 4 for Miss Bianca. I will. I'll go ahead and have. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I'll have this Lawrence, I think, Storm to deal 2 damage, which is really 1 damage because of Cogsworth. Then I'll draw a card. Kind of regret. Nah, I don't regret having this one on there. And then I will have this Lawrence take out this Lawrence because it's -1, 3, so it takes 3 damage. That should knock it out. And then I lose nothing because it doesn't have any, it had damage on it already. And then, the problem is I can't hit that Cogsworth. I think that's it. 2 to 10. And just like that, wow, that was intense. Plus, I can totally write. No, that's not. You know what it is. It's 20. So just like that. What was this one gonna be? Yeah, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't bell. Yeah. So yeah, 2-0. The Blue Steel Kiwi Birds Ward package just 2-0'd the number 2 seed in the Nerdstrom household. So that basically means that Sapphire Steel is now number 2, Amber Steel is now number 3, and everything under it drops down in ranking. Wow. I have to say, and on top of that, I 2-0'd, which means I also won on the draw with this deck. That is quite a feat in and of itself, especially because I am usually never really confident on the draw. But I am glad that it can stand up against Steelsong. So yeah, that was a pretty solid outing, if I do say so myself. And I can't wait to test this one out more. So guys, I mean, it just brought down the number 2 seed. Do you think it's possible that maybe there could be another rematch between the 2 blue decks on the horizon? Who knows? If you let me know what you guys' thoughts on this thing. So if you want to see a Battle of the Blues Part 2 and see if the Sapphire Steel deck can take the throne as the number 1 seed here in the Nerdstrom household. Obviously, it doesn't mean that it gets to stay in the box yet. That's for the house championship to the side for set 7. But you never know. I think we could possibly do it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else comes from this. So thank you guys so much for joining me playing against myself. Remember guys, if you haven't done yet, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. I do videos on stream live every Sunday on YouTube, and they come on replay every Monday, as well as Thursday stream, Thursday morning stream, Friday replay. So until next time, my name is Nerdstrom. Reminding you that while I may be playing against myself, you don't have to. So get out there and let's get nerdy. Actually, hang on. There we go. There you go.